back to LIRA in Law. I am your host, Lira Simon Kabatbat, broadcasting live from London, England. I am qualified solicitor, as I said earlier, not in the UK, now in practice for over 3 decades. So I've been doing this a long time. Now, topic po natin is e-visa, no, or BRP. I mean, the two are obviously meshed into one because one is expiring, is going to be replaced by the other. So pag-usapan natin, biometric residence permit, yung card, no, that's been produced in the last few years. Alam niyo naman, di ba dati, if you're as old as me, you will remember that the initially nga yung passport yung tinatatakan. So may stamp nga. If you're really old like me, you may remember also that there was just a kind of just a black stamp. Yun lang, no? The normal stamps that you get from stationers, no? So that was the start. Tapos they changed that, and if you remember, it then became that green sticker visa nga, no? That stuck to the passport. And then after that, they then issued cards. Ito nga, biometric residence permits, and it's in a card format. So it's about as big as a credit card, no? Nandun picture nyo, nandun kailan matatapos ang visa nyo, nandun pangalan yung mga detalye nga. And that's been the process for the last few years. All that is changing from the 31st of December. So in 2 months' time, exactly 2 months' time, wala na po, aalisin na nila yung BRP, yung cards, the BRP cards. Now, hindi naman, so some people don't panic, no? So una po, even though it's expiring on the 31st of December, hindi naman ibig sabihin na yung visa nyo matatapos din on the 31st of December. I mean, some might, but most of the time, mga visa nyo, tuloy pa rin. So it just, yung card lang po ang matatapos. Now, what does that mean though? Wala na kayong card. How do you prove anong visa nyo nga dito? And this is this e-visa. No? So from the 1st of January 2025, to prove your status nga in the UK, to prove na may visa nga kayo dito, kailangan nyo na yung e-visa. Now, what do you need to, actually, let me just see if I can show you what an e-visa looks like, huh? So because I'm sure I prepared something. Sandali lang po. Let me see if I can upload that for you now, what the e-visa looks like. Because this is one that I got actually for a client of mine. Obviously, I've redacted the details. So sandali. Let me just see if I can bring it up for my email. Sandali. Okay. Okay, let me just see. Oh, my, there's an issue with my internet. That's a problem with live shows, no? But that will come up in a moment. Sandali, it's just loading. So I'll show you that in a moment nga. So yung e-visa po, no? It means it just means that it's electronic. E stands for electronic visa. So basically, so makikita nyo from your phone or on your laptop nga, on your computer, no? So what do you need to get? To get an e-visa. Now, unang-una, there are two, if you like, main scenarios, no? Una, those people who are who've been here in the UK a long time and who have been using yung visa nyo nga nakatatak pa rin sa passport, no? So either the green visa or just yung the stamp nga lang. Unang-unang kailangan nyo, you need to make an application for a no time limit visa, okay? NTL application. Dati may bayad, I think it was something like £248 dati, but ngayon libre na. It's been free since April 2022. Pero yun ang kailangan yung gawin. You need to make you need to obtain nga an NTL. So kung yun, no, kung indefinite na nga kayo, no, NTL nga, at saka hindi nga nakatatak nga ng visa niyo sa passport. Now, anong kailangan nila makita? Anong kailangan nyo pakita nga sa casework at sa home office pagka nagpasok yung NTL application? Anong titignan nga nila? So, titignan nga nila, nakakuha na ba kayong indefinite leave to remain? Settlement status, ibig sabihin. Nawala ba yung indefinite nyo? No? It could be that you've been away from the United Kingdom well over 2 years. Titignan nga din nila. They will also check, of course, that the leave to remain, the NTL has not in the meantime been revoked. Now, subject to all of that, ngayon, from the 31st of October, which happened to be also today, NTL applications will be able to, applicants will be able to obtain an e-visa, rather than the BRP, okay? So, sandali. Oh, I've just uploaded the wrong one. So, kailangan pakita yung visa mismo. So, that was in the attachment. Sandali. So, sorry, I'm having a few technical issues. So, ito po, no? So, makikita nyo dyan. So, itong e-visa, no? So, so reversing a little bit, no? Sinasabi ko kanina, ano makukuha nyo? This is the e-visa. This is what it looks like. Yeah. So the BRPs, the card, ito pong e-visa. Now I'll just see if I can scroll down to show you the whole dot. So makikita niyo dyan. So there's no limit on how long you can stay in the UK, proving your status nga. Makikita nila doon. You have settlement status, for example. Okay. So yun ang una. Now, so assuming that you can show them, of course, your that you are entitled to NTL, no time limit, then they will issue you from the, as I said, from the 31st of October, from today, the NTL applicant will be able to obtain an e-visa, no more BRPs, no? Dati, so for example, applications that I submitted a month ago, no? They were still issuing, napapadala pa rin yung Home Office ng BRPs, yung cards, no? Which is frankly a little bit pointless because now we're only 2 months, or at the time, 3 months away from the 31st of December. But from today, the 31st of October, applicants will be able to obtain an e-visa directly, no? So no, hindi na kayo bibigyan ng BRP basically. Now, the second scenario is you have a BRP. Meron kayong mga card nga, yung sabi ko nga, nandun yung status nyo, no? And it will expire on the 31st of December, as all BRPs will, no? So, ang una nga, dati, they said, the Home Office said, okay, you should wait for an email, we're inviting you, but you don't even need to wait now. You can simply make an application now for an e-visa, regardless. So yung star question nga natin kanina, you don't need to wait, no, to be invited nga by the Home Office to make an application. You can do that now. Now, anong kailangan nyo? So, you have now either NTL o kaya meron kayong BRP. Anong kailangan nyo unang-una? Ang kailangan nyo una, access to a smartphone, for example, or a laptop, computer, mobile phone number, email address, okay? Kailangan nyo din either your BRP or better yet, your valid passport, okay? Yung passport nyo. Yeah? Yung passport nyo, kailangan valid po yun. Huwag nyo lalagay yung luma. I'll tell you why in a moment. No? So, una nga, you then, to access it, so easy. So you Google, you can just Google, no? Apply e-visa, and the Home Office website should come up. Yeah? Once your account, so then you create your account, sasabihin nila doon, ang pangalan mo, ganoon. Then you ask to download and swap to a mobile application. Dahil, anong kailangan nyo gawin? You need to scan your identity document. Yung BRP nyo, yung passport nyo. There's merong chip, no, on both documents. You need to scan that. You know? And you need to also download the app that allows that to be scanned. Now, you also need to take a digital photo. No? Hindi nga lang picture, no? Na basta-basta. It's a digital photo. Now, let me just show you, and this is where a lot of confusion comes about because people download the wrong app nga. Ito pong itsura. So, this is the UK ID check. Itong itsura. No? So, that's the one that you need to download, not the others, because this is the purple one is what you need, because they're for whatever reason, there are different versions nga. Yun ang kailangan nyo to take your photograph, yeah? And the photograph must be, there's actually a kind of square where you need to, the face needs to fit, and you don't smile, don't show the teeth. It's a little bit like a passport photo nga, no? So it needs to be in a certain format. Tapos mangyayari, you then upload that. Na? So once your identity is confirmed, you'll be able to continue with the application. So you go back to the UK website, you put in your personal details nga, and they'll ask you also to upload your photograph. No? Now, after you've submitted the application, mag-email sila sa inyo. But there can be a lag with that, no? There shouldn't be, but there is. The application, so sasabihin nga nila, your application was successful, and you can now use the View and Prove website, and then you log on as normal. So make sure tandaan nyo yung passwords nyo. They will ask you for passwords, no? They'll ask you for prompts, so mga questions that they will ask you. So for example, things like anong middle name ng nanay mo, no? Anong pangalan ng eskwela mo. So all those things, no? So you need to make sure, don't forget your passwords, okay? You should not, and you can write it down, yung nga lang, of course, be careful also what you do with your password, like any passwords. Make sure that it's kept safe nga. You can either be, if you're asking for someone else to help you, that can either be a helper or the main user. Mga kliyente namin, they prefer that we are main user rather than helper. Helper allows you to make changes nga, no, kung magbago ang passport, for example. Pero kung hindi nga kayo hindi nga kayo technologically savvy, or you don't even need to be savvy, frankly, for something like this. If you are nervous about the process nga, then you can get someone else to be main user. So sila magbibigay sa inyo ng share code, for example. But it should be, you can be main user. Yung nga lang kailangan yung telepono, mobile I'm talking about, of course. You need to be able to access it, and it's certainly helpful if you're the main user. Da kung mawala ang passport nyo, kailangan yung palitan passport nyo, then you can then, of course, simply update it, no, on your own nga. Now, of course, Christmas is nearly here. Well, 2 months nga. Maraming mga taong may planong magbiyahe. If you're traveling abroad, and this is the thing that I get asked all the time, anong kailangan mong pakita? No? So, sabihin natin, uuwi nga kayo for Christmas. Babalik kayo dito, Enero na. You're traveling abroad, pabalik kayo dito, paso na yung BRP, anong kailangan yung pakita? You don't actually need to do anything other than make sure meron kayong nga e-visa. Okay? So bago kayo lalabas, make sure you make this application and then check it, that it's working. Otherwise, you should still be able to come back into the UK, but you will need to apply for an e-visa. And alam naman natin, busy sila sa airport. The last thing you want is to be doing that when you're waiting, to board nga. So make sure that you apply for an e-visa before you leave the country. Make sure also yung pangalan nyo, details ng passport nyo, tama lahat. Check and double check before you upload it. Kung hindi nga tama yon, ibig sabihin magkakaproblema kayong pabalik nga dito. It's very likely that you should just be able to change it, but again, it could be that it means a delay, and sometimes because the delay is so long that you miss your flight. Okay? So get it sorted nga bago kayo papasok dito. So sabihin natin maybe e-visa na kayo. Ano bang kailangan nyo pakita sa airport? Sabihin natin lumabas na kayo, pabalik na nga kayo dito. Nandun kayo sa Pilipinas, no? Anong kailangan nyo pakita? You shouldn't have to show anything. Apart from, of course, yung passport at yung ticket nyo, no? They should, that is the airline or indeed so barko o kaya by train, should be able to simply access your details. At least that's what the Home Office is promising. So they should just be able to access it, and then makikita nga nila may visa kayo, and that should mean that you should not then have any issues. Now, payo ko. So as usual, we always try and do a practical service nga, no? Before you travel, sabi ko nga, no? Check your e-visa, no? Use the View and Prove website. Tignan nyo, siguraduhin nyo yung passport nyo, hindi papaso, no? I know it's obvious, but sometimes people forget. Pangalan nyo nandoon, matching up, okay? So make sure na nandun. So tayo, especially tayo mga Pinoy, we usually have a middle name. Okay? Kailangan yung lagay yun. Yeah? So yung buo yung pangalan kailangan yung lagay. And magkatugma yun, of course, with your yung passport, hindi lang passport, pero for yung ticket nyo. Okay? So you try and avoid nga problems. Now, for my clients, ang ginagawa namin, even though it should not be necessary, we print out, bago sila lalabas, we print nga that was on the screen, on the website nga, showing leave to remain. And usually for my clients, I also prepare a letter to say, please find attached e-visa. You will note that my client has leave to remain until so and so date. And nandun din details namin. So kung may problema, then at least you can also, they can contact us. But it's far very unlikely, especially nga, kung magkakaproblema kayo, you're likely to have that problem, say, from the country you're coming in from. Okay, pabalik na nga kayo dito. So kung nasa Pilipinas kayo at the airport, that's probably where the problem is going to be, if you're going to have any problems at all. Okay, which means you may not be able to board the plane. Pagka nandito na kayo, you're at Heathrow, then they should not have any problems because they can easily check, no, yung status nyo nga. But for my clients, as I say, I print it just in case, no. So as I say, ang kailangan nyo nga lang gawin, let's say, babalikan yung Hinero nga, just present your passport and of course yung ticket nyo, and the airline should just be able to check the Home Office website directly for your details. No? And pagka nandun kayo sa Heathrow o kaya Gatwick nga, just present your passport and then they will check again and they should simply let you through. No? But I know it's scary, and a lot of my clients, I've had clients actually say to me, no, they're not gonna go back for the moment, no? Gusto muna lang intayin kung ano makita muna, kung ano mang mangyari, because they get quite concerned, no? And I can understand that because it can be, it's quite it can be nerve-wracking at the very, very least, no? Kung harangi nga kayo, but you should not hopefully nga have a problem coming back into the United Kingdom. Now, kung kailangan yung tulong and you want us to be able to help, Douglas Simon Solicitors nga, all you have to do is come into the office. For the next 2 months, hindi nyo kailangan appointment. As long as you come to the UK, come to the office between 9 and 5:30, no? A little bit earlier than 5:30 if possible, no? Because it does take a little while to go through the process nga. So if you come to the office between 9 and, dare I say, 4 o'clock at the latest nga, we'll do it for you. Okay, we have a fixed fee usually for these things nga, and we'll do it for you. So kailangan nyo ang dalhin is your BRP and passport, you know, and because then we'll do everything for you, and then we'll take you through the process also, and hopefully you feel better about it. Okay, now, so that is courtesy, as I say, of our viewer, the star question. So salamat po. Now, oh gosh, we have lots of other questions nga, no? My goodness me, nakalimutan ko is our batian section, no? My favorite part. How can I possibly forget? No. So don't go away. We're going to just we're going to go through the greetings nga, the batian, ha? So sandali.